I'm Kat, welcome to my channel and today's video. So we're gonna be doing a readathon for the next week. This will be a weekly vlog. Oh, my dog's coming. This will be a weekly vlog and we're going to be participating in Dante's Inferno, which is created by readathon, and I am so ridiculously excited. I love a good readathon. I love a good themed readathon, and one that has strict rules. I'm really excited. I will, so it's supposed to be taking place over the next 10 days. I will probably only be doing it in one weekly vlog, and there's 8 prompts, I believe. You can double up, but I'm going to try and read 8 individual books in 1 week. We'll see how it goes. So a little bit about this readathon. We are basically escaping from hell. So it's very much based on Dante's Inferno and the 8 circles of hell. So we are starting at the bottom, and each book you have to read corresponds to a different level of hell, and you are reading books to break your way out. So we basically have to read an order of the prompts and yeah, just make our way through it. So I have literally put 0 thought into what I'll be reading this week, but I think I am going to prioritize shorter, quicker reads potentially to try and get through all 8 of them. Maybe I will change my mind partway through and double up prompt. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But I do know, first prompt, we have to read a book that basically we're cheating on our physical TBR and we're reading a library book or something that is sourced through another way. So I do thankfully have a ridiculous amount of library books and Kindle Unlimited books. So we're gonna see where we want to go for that. Maybe I'm feeling a cute little fantasy romance. Maybe that's fat for today. But also, so it's Thursday right now. Yeah, we'll be filming until next Thursday or Friday. We'll see how it goes. But we are not going to be doing the full 10 days because basically as soon as this one ends, I'll be jumping into another readathon and very shortly after that going on vacation. So I'm just trying to schedule my filming to work for all of the things that I want to do. Today it's my lunch break right now, and very, very shortly have to jump back into work. And then tonight going for a massage and a swim after that. So I don't know how much I will get done reading today, but we're going to aim to try and make some progress on something. Hopefully by then I will, well, like, at least after work, I will at least have an idea of what I want to read. So yeah, thank you for joining us in today's vlog, and I will check back in once I have a bit of an update. Hello, I'm settling in with my first read right now. So I had a busy day. I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow, and I really just want something like that honestly will take like 0 brain power but entertain me quite a bit. So I decided to go with a small town monster romance, which sounds fantastic. So first before we get into that, we will talk a bit about the prompt for this one. So I was wrong, there's nine books to be read, and for this one we're escaping the 9th circle of hell, which is treachery. So betrayers of special relationships are frozen in a lake of ice. So we are betraying the physical TBR, and yeah, I picked a book off Kindle Unlimited because of this, and I'm going with Getting It On with Gargoyles, well, by Hazelmack. Hazelmack. I heard about this one originally from Kitty, aka Spicy Cat's Read. Her channel, she does a ton of monster romances, and honestly I think that this is probably my year that I just like 100% embrace that. And I've had issues before getting into them, but I think I'm really at that point where I just like, I need cute and just more chill romances in my life, and I need just entertaining stuff right now. So 100% this is where we're going. We're basically following 3 sisters. They go on a weekend road trip, but they find this map at like an antique store that is supposed to bring them to this town called Ever, and they can't find it on any maps. They can't find any information about it, but they're like, you know what, let's have a fun little weekend away. Let's follow this map and see what it does. And it ends up bringing them into this small town where it seems very idyllic, it seems sweet, it seems very quiet, but their first morning there, they end up being brought basically before the entire town and told that this is a town of monsters, and it's one of their rules whenever whenever a human resident comes into town, they like basically introduce them to the fact that everyone's a monster, everyone drops their glamours, and they are given this option to kind of stay. So there's all different types of monsters. There's like gargoyles, centaur, succubus. I'm not thinking of anything else. I think ogres, like just shit like that. And basically the way this town works too is that one whole year in Ever counts as 12 days in the outside realm. So they're kind of given this option of like, you can stay as long as you want. You can stay several months, and basically it will seem like no time is left. It seems like you'll still be on your girls trip when you go back to the real world if you want. And right now they're just kind of freaking out about, you know, realizing monsters are real and deciding what to do. But we're also getting a dual perspective from a gargoyle who lives in town, and he sees one of the women and he's like, that's my mate, that's my girl, she is the one. And he is, you can tell, gonna try to seduce her, and that's where the romance is gonna come from. I'm honestly having a great time so far. Very chill, nothing like super high stakes, which is fantastic. It's kind of, I think, gonna go into the realm of like cozy fantasy, cozy romances for me, which I am very, very good with. So I'm just gonna keep reading this for the next little bit. It is under 300 pages, so I'm already like over 20% in, and I really, really envision that I'll probably be able to get this done tonight, which would be fantastic. And yeah, I'm just super excited to dive a bit more into it. Happy Friday. So I'm just getting ready to start work, which it's clearly not a day. I'll get dressed at lunch or something. But yeah, just wanted to quick update before we started off the morning. So I went swimming last night, and oh boy, that was a wake-up call. It's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of years since I swam, and oh my god, trying to swim laps was the most humbling thing I've ever experienced. Like, I cannot believe how bad my cardio was trying to do this. Like, I could not breathe. I mean, first on my swimming form, terrible. And then I could barely breathe, like couldn't catch my breath. And I just kind of like even started to panic a little. And when I was in the deep end of the pool, like just really, really not comfortable with any of the swimming. And yeah, so I really, really need to work on that. We have the triathlons in like 4 months. So I have a lot of training to do. Yeah, that was a huge wake up call. And then we came home. I was exhausted. So I showered before bed, was exhausted, and then couldn't fall asleep until like midnight. I was just laying in bed, like staring at the ceiling because I was too tired to do anything else. Just could not, for the life of me, fall asleep. So we have not had enough sleep today either, and I have a lot to do today. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, that's basically just the energy we're going off of right now. I am 45, I think, about that percent into getting it on with gargoyles. I'm having a great time. That's definitely like when I am busy, I want a cozy romance. Why not add some monsters into it? Who cares? But I'm having a great time. We're just like, these humans are now in this town. The gargoyle man, he is trying to seduce the one that he's identified as his mate, and we're just having a great time with it. So I really, really want to get that one done today. I want to be able to like move on a little bit and go to the next prompt. Again, like if I want to be able to complete all of these prompts, we're gonna have to move a little bit faster than this. But I am gonna go make a coffee right now and then head to work. But yeah, I'll check in maybe at lunch. Who knows? Today's gonna be rough. We have a busy day at work. I want to get a video edited, which maybe to go up either today or tomorrow. I don't know. And then I have like to go for a run later and go to the library. Just do a bunch of things that like I want to get a huge amount of things off my to-do list. So I'm not as stressed this weekend, but we'll see how it goes.
Passenger side, I couldn't be your sunshine. We're up in the air, but I'm down for the ride. I couldn't be your sunshine. Yeah. Every time you get in line, baby, give me a raise. Give me a raise.
Hi, it is Saturday morning now. We're just getting ready to head out. It is my nephew's birthday, so we're driving to Montreal, which is like a 3-hour drive, and just like basically having lunch there and coming back. But yeah, we're just getting ready to head out for that. It's like 9 a.m. right now and we have to leave at 10. So things are going good. Things are going good. I got up this morning and managed to do a bike ride before we are heading out, so that is good. But whoa, I look tired. These eye bags are something else. So yesterday was great. Did not update because this happens like to me every Friday, is like I just hit like a wall Friday afternoon, Friday night, and I hit a point where like I just cannot function as a person. And thankfully it was like, I mean, I was exhausted, but I still got a workout in because I forced myself to drink an energy drink. But I went for my run last night and that was painful. And yeah, I have some things I wanted to share that I bought. So I went to a little consignment store that we have in town, and they have like a collection of things that they get from retailers, and then they also have like a bunch of things on consignment. And I saw something on Instagram that I really wanted, so I went in and got it. Basically just like a little heart cardigan. I like immediately was like, yep, that's exactly what I want to be wearing the next few weeks. Like this is exactly who I want to be for the next little bit. And I got like a heart mug too, because I'm just really embracing the fact that I am 100% like such a girly girl, and like I just want to wear pink at all times. Like I'm not today, but I'm really starting to embrace that and like just not feel ashamed about that fact. Like I want to be very girly in everything I do. Then I went to the library and picked up The Wild Winnipeg and Me, which I'm reading for another video. I'm doing like reading sports romances. That might be up before this one, might be up after. I really don't know at this point. Everything is just chaos in my mind. And I got one book in the mail. So Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm actually really happy I found this because I was gonna get a special edition from Owl Crate, but with the shipping and everything, it comes to like $60 Canadian, which is a bit much. And this was an Indigo exclusive edition. So had spray edges, it's nice. Like there's a little bit of artwork as well. I think it's just the same thing, but you know what? I don't need that crazy special edition as much as I might want it. This works. And they had a 25% off sale. Plus I'm an Indigo member, so I get like another 10% off. This ended up coming to like $17, which way more reasonable in my mind right now, especially when I'm like really trying to limit my spending on a bunch of things. So like, even though I did buy these things, this is like a bit more rare for me. Like I have really significantly cut back on how much I'm spending just in general, and I'm trying to really only spend things that like I'm thinking of, that I'm very consciously wanting to get, and that fits within like my very small budget I set for myself. So those were my little hauls things. And then I did finish last night. I finished Getting It On with Gargoyles. I'm giving this 4 stars. It was such a fun small town. Like if you like small town romances, this is basically that. It just has a little bit of gargoyle penis in it, and like I guess that's my thing now. Not really, but like I might be into monster romances. I've already been like, I'm really into vampire romances. I'm into shifter romances. So it's one of those things where it's like, is it that much of a stretch to add like a slightly monstrous man? Maybe not, but I do think that this was like very enjoyable, and I think I'm going to continue on in that series probably. Like I think that could be another just like cozy read for me. Just lately I've been so tired, so busy, that I kind of need, like, as much as I want to read my huge chunky fantasy and sci-fi books, my mental energy is not there. I don't have the willpower or like energy to really focus on those a lot of the time. So, you know, something a little more fun, a little more chill might just exactly be what I need. But now that one's done though, we are going on to the next circle. So circle 8, this is fraud, and the people who are in it are panderers and seducers, flatterers, sorcerers, and false prophets, liars, thieves. And the prompt for this one is to read a book with a dark cover. So I decided to go with A Rune of Roses by K.F. Breen. Entirely, like, this has been on my TBR on Kindle Unlimited for a bit, but I just saw that Arcane Society is releasing special editions of this one, and I'm gonna be I always read, like, when they're announcing they're doing a special edition of something, I always will read it before it goes on sale, because I want to see, like, if it's actually something that is worth it for me. And these editions look stunning, so it's like one that I would blindly buy it maybe, but again, trying to save money and trying to be a bit more smart about my purchases, I'm really trying to make sure that I'm only actively buying things that I already read and really enjoyed. And like, I actually made like a big list of books from the Broken Binding too, because I recently subscribed to them, but a bunch of their like special editions, I made a list of the ones that I want to read and potentially read before maybe buying one of their special editions. Like, I definitely am trying to get, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I really want to read Hyperion or Malazan before the next like sales that they go on for those. I don't know when it will happen, maybe when I'm on vacation later this month, but those, like, same thing. The editions look beautiful, so I want to like know if I'm actually spending my money wisely on it. But anyways, we're going into A Rune of Roses. It is, I believe, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. We're following, there's like this, I don't know if it's just a city or like region, but it's fae shifters who are cursed so that they're unable to access their magic and basically unable to access any of the like other powers that they had. So now people are dying when they shouldn't be, and like they no longer have their rapid healing, so their lifespan is significantly reduced. And it's something that I think there was a like demon king who came in and cursed them, and I think it's gonna be a romance with him. I'm kind of getting a vibe of like just the way our main character is talking. Like I feel like it's gonna kind of go like she comes in contact with this demon king and something happens. It seems fun. I will say the writing is like a little weird. Like it feels slightly juvenile. Like just the first line I'm seeing right here is, yeah, it just feels kind of like gossipy and weirdly like they're using like a lot of modern day language in this one, which completely fine. The writing feels a little bit weird for that, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 13% in, and because we are driving today, I will have quite a bit of reading time. So Simon's gonna be listening to The Way of Kings. He's continuing on his first read of the Cosmere, really enjoying it. But I have very recently reread that, so I'm probably not gonna be paying a lot of attention. And I think I'll just like focus on my own stuff because why not? And yeah, so that gives us like 6 hours of potential reading time today. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe a lot will get done, maybe not, but yeah, we'll try. Basically, not a single thing has gone to plan today. Did not end up going to Montreal. It's 5 p.m. now. Did not because my sweet angel dog, who is also just ridiculously dumb at times, basically broke one of his claws really badly, and it was bleeding like crazy. We had to take him into the emergency vet to get it removed because neither my husband and I were like confident that we could do it. We were also like, every time we tried, he started to cry really badly, and like it was just a bad time. So he had to go get that removed, and yeah, now we're too scared to leave him alone for a little bit. And he is super sedated right now. He's like, it's so sad, his hand's in a bandage, he can barely walk, he's like high as hell. He's gonna be in a cone of shame for a while because we can't trust him to not lick it. But basically he was way too excited, and our neighbor's dog was out, so he went crazy and tried to jump through the fence, and here we are. Yeah, so nothing's gone to plan today. I haven't read anything. I haven't felt like reading anything. I just edited a bit this afternoon, and yeah, at least now we're home. We know like everything that's happening, and we know he's fine. He's just gonna be like a little wonky and a little bit in pain for a few days, but that's where we're at. Yeah, I have like no other updates. I might read tonight, I might not, who knows. Feels like it's very much been like a hot minute since I last updated, but we are Wednesday. It's 5, no, we're not Wednesday, we're Monday. Jesus, I don't know what's going on. It's 5 p.m. I just finished up work, finished up like my workout and showered and everything. Yeah, so I haven't updated in a few days, but we do actually have like a significant amount of progress. So I wasn't into talking to the camera, I guess, but I did actually like, read quite a bit the last few days, and we've made a fair amount of progress on the different things for this readathon. So first off, I finished A Rune of Roses, and I am very disappointed. I was really hoping that this would be like a fantasy romance that I would love, and unfortunately it really like wildly failed for me. I'm giving it 2 stars also. So it's one that I don't know, like I enjoy a spicy book, but I really want more than just that. I want a plot too, and it didn't feel like there was enough of one in this one. It felt like it just really ended up being pure spice, and that was like all that the the story was going for, and it didn't really propel it anywhere, and that ended up like taking over the whole book. And yeah, my complaints with those is always like I want it to be a smaller part of the story, I guess. So yeah, it had promising things. It had a few things that like I genuinely did think could have been very interesting. It didn't get there, which I am disappointed in. Yeah, it started off really interesting, then became a bit of a mess and didn't have enough. So that one's done. And then the next prompt after that is a book with violence in it, and this corresponds to the seventh circle of hell violence. So it's for people violent against people and property, the suicides, the blasphemers, the sodomites, and the usurers. So a book with violence. And with this one, I decided to go with Entangled by Rebecca Quinn. So this is book 2 in a YG's like post-apocalyptic trilogy, and we have this one woman who is taken in, like, we're in this post-apocalyptic world. The world is basically fallen apart. There's survivors, but they're few and far between, and society is basically collapsed. We have a woman who has been kind of on her own, but then something happens. She ends up being hunted down by these soldiers, and in it, to get away, she ends up being taken in by this group of men who, they're all ex-soldiers. They live together on this like estate, I guess, and they basically take her in and are like, listen, we've brought women in before. The jealousy doesn't work well. If you're going to be with us, you have to be with all 5 of us. You can't just be with one of us. And that's where the why choose aspect kind of comes in. I knew this one would have a lot of violence in it because there is kind of like a different faction of people who are at war, and I was excited, really excited to get to this one because I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. I do think that the second book was unfortunately like a fair disappointment. It ended up just really like, I don't know, I don't think I was like, really interested in where the plot went in this one. So yeah, I did finish this one, if that's not clear, but I just didn't really enjoy where the plot went necessarily, and it was a letdown from what I really enjoyed in the first book, and it just really didn't continue on in like the same way that I was hoping for. Yeah, like I didn't really, the first book I enjoyed all the male main characters. This one I found all of them to be just a little bit like overbearing, way too overbearing, and all of them just like really blended in together, and ultimately like all sounded like the exact same person, and that is always an issue when I find like, I can find that can be really hard when I'm reading Why Choose, is sometimes all of the male main characters tend to blend together, and it was slightly happening in this one. And also I found like it's not been that long since I read the last one, like it's only been 3-4 months, but I already forgot like the personalities of all of the characters, and like it was really hard to distinguish them because of that. So that one's done. 3 stars. Enjoyable, but it was a letdown compared to the first one for me. So now, okay, we're on to now Sixth Circle, Heresy. Heretics are trapped in flaming tombs, and the prompt for this one is a book that is very popular or very high. And originally, so I really struggled to pick a book for this one. Originally I was going to do Heat of the Everflame, which is book 3 in that series, one that I enjoy decently, but I'm not like a huge fan of it. But then I opened it up and it's over 1,000 pages, and I was like, ugh, I'm not in the mood for that, and I don't know if I've enjoyed this series enough that I want to read a 1,000 page book in it. And I really spent a bit of time like going through all of my holds in different places and like trying to figure out what wouldn't be that long of a read and what I think I've seen a lot of people hype about. And I ended up with Jade Legacy by Fondly. This is what I'm currently reading right now. I'm 25% in, and it's book 3 in this Jade Greenbone saga. It's like this mafia fantasy world, one that I enjoy a decent amount, but I will say I do not enjoy it as much as the hype. This is one, it is crazy hyped online. People rave about it like so much, and I'm unfortunately not somebody who agrees fully with it. I think it's enjoyable, but I don't think it's like the next best thing in the world. So I'm excited to read it though. Like I'm excited to see kind of where this world leaves off, and also if I finish this one, I'll have the trilogies checked off. So that's good. That's good for like one of my big goals for this year is I'm trying to finish a lot of series. So we are going into that one so far. Yeah, like I said, 25% in. We're gonna keep reading on it. These don't take me too long to read, so we'll see how long that takes. I feel like it's a barely bad sign when I have to stop my run like a kilometer in because my foot is hurting. I stretched it out a bunch more, but we'll see if that actually works. And yeah, not a great start to this today. That was like such an intensely terrible run. I really tried to push through it. So after I stopped after like the first kilometer and a half, really tried to like stretch it out and then push through it and like keep running. But oof, my foot and my calf killing me, and it's this one foot that I always have issues with. I think like I just didn't stretch it properly. I also got a massage last week, and like it might just still be a little tender from that, but yeah, I decided to cut my losses, and like really after that I decided to like really cut my losses and just try to like, I don't know, just not hurt myself any worse. So run was a fail. We did about I think 2.4 kilometers. Not terrible, but like, you know, could be much better. I'll just be like making some pizza dough too as we chat if you're curious. So yeah, then so that was unfortunately a bit of a fail. I'll have to give it another try maybe like later this week to see how much I can do, because so I restarted a couch to 5K program because I did one earlier this year, then took like 4 months off running. So, you know, really need to get back into it for my triathlon. And yeah, we're just kind of at that point right now where it's progressing. I'm just trying to like get my body used to it again. So today was supposed to end up being like 3.8 kilometers, and we're still doing like fairly large like walking, running intervals, which I am so fine with. I like honestly would be shocked if I get to a point where I can run long distances without walking. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was today. Then I did a little bit of an upper body lift also, which I think I was really like trying to make myself feel better about the fact that that did not go to plan at all. So I decided to try and PR my bench press, which successfully did. Could only do it for like 2 rep maxes at times, but still managed to hit a PR in that, which I'm really excited about. Managed to really go up on like my tricep extensions too, and my like lat raises. So I'm doing really good with the weight training of like slowly progressing, and I'm really seeing a significant difference. Even like just my arms, like my husband was just talking about how they look significantly less bulky than they used to, and like just more of like there's less fat on them. So yeah, the workout, it's been going good. I'm really enjoying this triathlon training. It's obviously difficult. It's like probably one of the more difficult things I've done, just even like staying on top of like program and really trying to fit in all my workouts, because the goal is to eventually get to like 2 runs, 2 bikes, and 2 swims per week, which I don't know how I'll fit that into my schedule, but we're gonna keep trying. And I do definitely like, I need to have that weightlifting into, because that's what like I deeply enjoy and what makes me feel fantastic. So it's the issue so far has been like trying to find balance to everything, and I'm like low-key trying to like decide if I kind of want to go for a swim tonight, because Tuesday, Thursdays are like the only day that they have lane swim at our public pool at night. Every other day it's like during the morning when I've already started work. And yeah, I don't know, I knew, but also like, let's be realistic, I should also let my body rest a little. Okay, bread is on. Well, not bread, pizza crust. Yeah, so you'll probably hear that in the background. Did some dishes, and I'm really ready to have a productive night. So glad that the workout's done. We'll see if I go swimming. I kind of probably am not going to. I'm also at this point right now where my swimming is so terrible that if I go, I don't know if I can really count it as a workout, because I can do like 2 laps of the pool before I'm like dying of exhaustion. So like I don't even know if I really should count that as an actual workout. So I don't know, I might just go and like practice. Something I really need to do is just get comfortable like being underwater, so maybe that. But also, so I'm going away to Cuba on Saturday I believe, so I'll have lots of opportunity next week to do that. So I don't really do a lot of swimming this week, I'm not worried. And then yeah, tonight I want to get a lot done. I like have a few little things, like I need to organize my room and put away a bunch of makeup that I have out, because I tend to just like, as I'm filming, I just throw stuff everywhere. So I would like to organize that a little bit more, because it's very messy, and I really want to reorganize my drawers. In particular, I have like a ton of, well, what I really want to do is reorganize my activewear, because I ended up buying a fair amount more in the last few months than I've had, because I did lose some weight, and I'm kind of like in an awkward stage where some of what I had before doesn't fit, and I'm kind of like switching sizes and a lot of things. So I had to update some of it, and I've also just been having more fun with getting activewear, because I'm really wanting to have like a lot of sweaters and stuff for when I work out in the garage, and a lot of like jackets for when I run, and like all this stuff. So I have a lot more, and I really want to reorganize that and make a better area for like all my sports bras, my shirts, my jackets, and like divide out maybe like leggings versus joggers. Just find something that works a little bit better. Right now my dresser is filled with actually an embarrassing amount of skincare I've gotten in PR. Like my dresser is pretty much all like makeup storage and stuff, and I really need to figure that out. I need to figure out a better system and just probably declutter a bunch of stuff. But that's one of the goals for tonight. I want to get started on that at least. I need to do my nails. They look horrendous, and I still want to keep with the pink theme going into Valentine's Day, but I want to update that a little. And probably like work on editing something, because I have a few vlogs that are partially edited. I'd like to maybe get one of them done for next week and just film a bunch of updates for other vlogs, because if you know me, I tend to film a bunch of shit at once, so I'm always like working on multiple videos at once. So I'd like to make some progress on those tonight. So I'm gonna go get started on something. I don't know, we'll see if I manage to read anything tonight too. I would really love to, but we'll see how it goes. Honestly, like, please tell me how I'm supposed to sleep when this is just staring at me. He's so ridiculously unhappy about his cone right now. Yeah, so it's Wednesday now. I haven't really updated on anything because I haven't really done anything. I don't know how terrible this angle is too. Basically, I'm 50% into Jade Legacy right now, and I'm enjoying it, but also I'm doing terrible on every bit of this readathon. I feel like I'm failing so bad at like getting these prompts done, getting everything done, staying focused. It's just been like a bad few days. I had a really bad day today. I'm really tired. I'm not feeling great. And yeah, just haven't been doing great with that. The one thing I've randomly been actually reading, like I'm completely ignoring everything I should be for this. But I'm reading a bunch of like Hunger Games fan fiction. I don't know where my head's at right now. But anyways, I don't know if I said it's Wednesday today. And I'm about to go to bed. So yeah, today's been kind of a mess. I feel like this week's been a mess. I'm probably gonna fail this readathon. And yeah, we'll see what I can accomplish. I don't know. We're about to have like a crazy snowstorm. Oh, 1 sec. Okay, he just decided to jump on the bed. I don't know how I will get any sleep now because he's taking out the entire bed. We also had to move the bed to the middle of the room so that he could move around and move his cone around. So yeah, he's just taking up the entire bed now. So anyways, I'm probably just going to read some more fan fiction before bed. I'll check in again tomorrow. We'll see if I actually manage to get anything accomplished. Cool. He also has to keep the cone on for the next few days, just until his paw heals a little bit more. And we're mostly just keeping it on at night, but he is very unhappy with it. Hi. Okay, so I am coming in to like actually finish off this vlog like a week after that last update. I did terrible. I was in such a stress mode just for like, it's really busy at work right now, and I'm just having like an intense stress mode with that, and then knowing that I was leaving work for a week, and it did not end up being a good week for me. And I think you can definitely see that for how much I failed everything that I was planning on doing last week. I had so many intentions and plans and things that I was hoping to do, and all of these goals, and yeah, like every one of them failed. So yeah, unfortunately, like really tried to keep this readathon going like in an interesting route. I tried to like I was really hoping that I would actually be able to accomplish it and get some things done, but it kind of just completely fell apart for me. So I did finish reading one book that I had wanted to update before everything finished off, and that was Jade Legacy, which is kind of crazy for me. And this, I think, is going to be a very controversial opinion compared to a lot of things that people say. I didn't really like it that much. Like, I think overall, I'm not the biggest fan of this series, which is really unfortunate because I know it is so beloved for so many people. For me, unfortunately, I just don't think it's one that I can get that into. And this was a book, it spanned this one, I think, like 20 years. So we're really following the course of quite a few people's lives, and all of this like clan drama, because it's basically like mafia groups fighting over this substance named Jade and control of this island. And we're following like huge long scaling battles and big like personal fights and all of these things. And in theory, it was interesting. It just didn't really hit for me, unfortunately. And I think I'm definitely in the wrong or something for this one, because this is one of the most highly rated books that I've heard about for fantasy series, and unfortunately just didn't live up for me. I gave books 1 and 2 4 stars, and book 3 is a 3. Unfortunately, just kind of a failure. But yeah, that was like the one that I had been reading when we last talked about, and then I did finish it before I intended to wrap everything everything up, and it failed. So I really wanted to do a lot better on this readathon. God, that was a mess. This was a mess. I was considering to like continuing it on while I was on vacation for a week, which you'll see. I'm home. I'm sunburned. I'm home. But then I just kind of wanted to take some time and do nothing and just really give myself the grace to just relax, which I think I needed. I think I definitely actually like mentally needed that really badly. So yeah, basically readathon, I failed. Weekly vlog was a mess, and I did not read nearly as much last week as I wanted to. Yeah, we're going to wrap up the vlog here. I'm gonna have one probably fairly shortly about everything I read on vacation, which should be fun because I read a lot. So keep an eye out for that, and keep an eye out for all of my other videos, which typically are a bit better structured and, you know, have more updates in them, but that week was a mess for me. So thanks for watching if you have. Yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in a video soon. Bye.